Hello everyone, this is Mary Ann, and I just realized that I have never really made a video talking to you guys about the side tabs that I have been using since March 2015 and the benefits of it. I have mentioned it and shown it in other videos before, but I never really talked about why I really do them and what benefits they have given me the entire time I was using the system. And so in this video, I would like to talk about that. What you are currently looking at is me flipping through an archived volume of my planner pages, and you can see that the tip-ins are folded out and the side tabs can be seen on the rightmost edge of the papers, and um, and the side tabs have markings on them, like sometimes they have a green dot and sometimes they have an orange dot and sometimes they have a light blue dot. I'm also going to explain that later. But first, let me show you the tabs that I am using for this. I placed them all in this small envelope, and those are the tabs. Let me explain them to you one by one. That tab is for my university tasks, and that is a funny tab. It shows like a bed, and I use that tab if I have set aside a day for when I am just going to stay in bed and read and Netflix and go on YouTube. And the next tab would be the tabs that I use when I have scheduled swimming laps. And the next tab is a mirror, and I use that tab every time I have a self-care appointment, like like if I have to go to the salon or if I have like a laser treatment for myself. And the next tab is something that I use if I have to email or send out some snail mail or a parcel. And the next tab would be if I have to take a road trip out of town. That's the tab that I use. And that tab is for dental appointments. This one is for a project that I'm currently on. That's the icon that I use every time I have to run errands for them or do something for them that's has to be scheduled. And there you have the self-care tab again. And then this is for when I have to take a bus out of town. That is for doctor's appointments. And there's another tab for the road trip out of town, and then another set of tabs for the bus trips out of town. I use the road trip one when I have to take a private car, and the bus tab is for when I have to take public transportation to go on a trip out of town. And then there's the dental appointments tab again. And that geolocation tab is the tab that I use on days when I have to go on errands different places. And then there's the project tab again. And then here are some tabs that I made for my Spanish classes. Those are speech bubbles that I made, and I put in a little word there. If you can see, I wrote there, hola. And the calculator tabs are the ones that I use whenever I have to pay for something like a bill. And then there's the hola tab again, and then the geolocation tab again. And this is the tab that I use. I actually don't use that tab at all. It's for when I have to email something out of the ordinary to someone. And then doctor's reminders, and that's the tab that I use when I have a meeting with someone or when I have to be with other people, to convene and to be basically working with other people, because I usually do things alone, and that tab will remind me that I have other people to collaborate with. And then those smaller scraps of paper are just the remnants of other sheets that I have cut. And that tab is what I use for when I have to remind myself that that is a gym day. And still more remnants, and more remnants. And I just keep everything in that small colored envelope. And the envelope that I'm using is actually exactly the same size as a Filofax personal paper, so that if I want to put them on the rings, then I can, but usually I don't, because I don't really take out these tabs and cut them down every day. I just do it like once a month or once a week or something like that, and it really takes just minutes of my day. And the principle behind these tabs that I am using is really very simple. Um, these tabs are affixed to the rightmost side of my daily pages so that I can easily see which days I have to do something out of the ordinary. I print these tabs out, and then when I need to use a tab, I just cut them down, and I print them with cut lines so it's easy for me to cut them in a uniform manner. And then I just use the glue, and then I put the tabs on there. As you can notice, there's a black vertical bar on the tab, and I did that deliberately because it is necessary for me to see that that tab applies to that particular day. Let me show you a video clip which shows how many number of tabs I have on any given week or month. And as you can see, it's a lot. And when I'm flipping the page, it's not easy for me to determine which days those tabs pertain to. So they're just coming up out of the page, and the color of the paper are the same. And as I flip through these pages, you will see that the vertical black bar on the side tab really makes that more visible on the page that I am looking at. So it is very clear to me that that tab is for that day, and it's not the tab that is behind that page. I also work with tipins, and I have talked about this in other videos before. And just to show you, the tip-ins that I have for the task list for the incoming week are on the right side of the page, because on my 2 pages per day, the left side is for tracking and the right side is for planning. So I appended the task list for the week to the right side of the spread, and it breaks up my weeks so that I can easily see which days of the week I have some things lined up. And as you can see, when the tip ends are folded out, they also, there you can see the vertical black bars on the side tabs. But anyway, I was talking about the tip ends. The tip ends work by segregating my weeks so that when they are folded out, I can clearly see which side tabs are for that week only. I don't see the side tabs for the week that is coming. So the tip ins really work well together with the side tabs. Here's another look at side tabs with the black vertical bars on them. As you can see, they're clearly delineated from those side tabs that don't pertain to that day. When I see a side tab and it doesn't have that vertical black bar, it means that that side tab pertains to another day and not to the day that I'm on the page. Here is another look, a last look. So this is really just it. This is how I do it. I cut the tabs up by hand, and then I place them on the sheets as you saw. And what I do is, when I am already aware that there is something that's going on for the week, I write the task down on the tip-in that contains the task list for the week. So, but when I'm not really sure of something yet, I just write it down as tentative, and then I don't put a side tab for it. On this particular day, you can see me writing down tentative trip to Naga on May 30, and I was planning to take a bus, but I wasn't sure. So I looked at the bus side tab, and I was thinking of putting it on uh, the side of the page as a tab, but then I decided against it because it wasn't really a sure thing yet. It's for my son's birthday. It's there on June 1. It says my baby doll, that's what I call him. And the tentative date to return to Manila would be on June 2. I was thinking of taking the bus again, but I didn't put the icon. I mean, I didn't put the tab there yet because it's tentative. And so here we are on the June daily pages. And for this video, I decided to film myself putting on the side reminder tabs for my gym days. If you've seen the video before this, the setup video, I showed you the vision board for May. I mean the vision spread for May that's in my planner. And fitness and losing weight was a main focus for the month of May. So I have decided to go to the gym for a treadmill or to use the elliptical machine 3 times a week. And I have already set Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for that. So I am cutting down those tabs with a little rubber shoe on there. And that's the tab that I'm going to use on days that I have to go to the gym because that will remind me of more than one thing. The first thing that it will remind me of is that I have to be at my building early enough because the gym closes at 8. So I cannot be on overtime at work on that day. That's one thing that the side tab would remind me of if it's there, if I can see it. And then the next thing that that side tab will remind me of on gym days is that I cannot have any evening appointments on that day because there's a gym day. And I'm usually very, very tired at the end of every workout. It's just 30 minutes, but I am overweight. So I'm usually very tired, and I usually take a shower and put on my thrice weekly skincare and then, go to bed and read, things like that. And I just keep doing that for the rest of the pages for June. And as you can see, the tip-ins for the weekly task sheet for the month are already folded out. That's so that the weeks will be segregated and so that it will be easier for me to see how many gym dates I have for that week because sometimes I try to fit in 4. If the weekends are not so busy, I try to go one more extra day. So that's one more tab on the week. It's also so that my view will not be so overwhelming because if I don't have those tip-ins folded out, the presence of all those tabs for the entire month can look so overwhelming. I will keep thinking that, oh my God, I have a million different days this month that I have to go to the gym. So I don't want that because I don't want to be discouraged in going to the gym. So I just fold out the tip-ins so that I will just be viewing the side reminder tabs that applies to that week and that week alone. Sometimes I do view all the tabs for the month by folding in the tip-ins, but generally I just view all the side tabs per week. So I fold out the tip-in so that my view will be segregated per week. As you can see, I am putting the side tabs on very precise points at the edge of the paper. And if you can notice, there are teeny tiny line marks on the pages that tell me which area to put the side tabs on so that they won't overlap, so that they will be evenly spaced across the edge of the paper so that when I flip the pages back and forth, everything is visible. I did explain the presence of those line marks on there in another video, in which it is also the same video where I explained the importance of alignment when designing your planner pages. But just very briefly, let me show you how the side reminder tabs align with all the other boxes in the tracking side of the planner spread. In other words, The side reminder tabs are of the exact same height as the height of the tracking boxes so that everything is aligned, and those small marks on the right edge of the paper are aligned with the tracking boxes on the left. So everything aligns from left to right. Here's a demonstration of how that works. As you can see, Friday is a gym day for me, and I already have a bunch of side tabs over on there, so I flip it over to determine which space is still empty and mark that with a pen. And that area is already pre-marked by the small lines on there. And then I just put on glue and then place the tab. And so that I'm just making sure it's on straight. And then when I flip the pages for the week back, everything will be aligned and nothing, no tab will ever be covered. And that is the benefit of having those line marks on the daily pages to let me know what is the proper area in which to put each side reminder tab. You can see me cutting and actually fussy cutting each side reminder tab piece by small piece, and it might look a little bit tedious, and it is. However, I don't do it every day. I do it once a month, like in the case of these gym side reminder tabs. And as I find out things that are going to happen as the days go by, I put the side tabs in as the information comes to me. And if I feel that I need side reminder tabs for them, then I put them as the information comes to me. And if I do this at a time when things are a little bit more relaxed at work or at home, then it's not very stressful. In fact, it's a little bit of quiet time for me. I usually turn on a planner related YouTube video while I do the fussy cutting. I'm sure a lot of us do that. Put on a planner related YouTube video while we do our own planner related stuff in real life. And the people that I like to listen to while doing this are Corey the Reset Girl, the Sassy Pineapple, Vegan Organizer, Sea Lemon. Sometimes I put in a Joshua video, but he doesn't really post videos that often. But the videos that he posts are so very insightful that I like listening to them again and again every once in a while. It's the same with Tracy Reinhardt. She doesn't post videos a lot, but I do rewatch her older videos about planners. The other planner related YouTube channels that I go to on a regular basis and which I watch while I'm doing the side tabs on my daily pages are Alexis, aka Miss Trenchcoat, Maybad, Miss Vicky B, Carrie Harling, Romany's Realm, and Adam Blaine from Desk of Adam, although he hasn't really posted in a while. So, what I do is I just watch his older videos from time to time. Also, Kate, the perpetual student, doesn't post often these days, but she has a bunch of older videos. She used to post a lot, so those are the videos that I return to every once in a while. I also like Palest Blue, My Summer Touch, and Allie Brown, who posts a lot, and she plans in a traveler's notebook from Chic Sparrow, a series of traveler's notebooks from Chic Sparrow. And some people don't really post that often, but I do return to their older videos every once in a while. They are Ray Blake, Kent from Oz, and Gifty, etc. I also watch Rebecca Bover, Imogen Calloway, Horizon 1322, and there's this video by Sharon Corks that's like 4 years old, but I keep rewatching it over and over. It's about her Franklin Covey system. Patty Gardner is also on YouTube. She has a bunch of videos, and she also has a blog called Homemakers Daily. I will be linking all their channels down below so that if you are ever wondering who else to watch on YouTube that is planner related and paper related, then you have those recommendations for me. There are other people that I really do watch, but these are people that are like my staple. But every time I go on YouTube, it seems that I keep discovering more and more planner related channels. So I just take my time to view their videos every once in a while. Here is a mistake that I made. As you can see, a calculator tab was already being obscured by one of the geolocation tabs because I have placed that tab wrongly on the page. So I just take it off because the glue that I use is actually quite forgiving. It's not removable, but it you can remove it without really destroying the paper. So I look at the alignment of the tabs, and then I count the number of lines that I have to skip before I can place a fresh new calculator tab on the right space in such a way that it will not be covered by the other tabs that have come before it. And this is important to me because, like I have mentioned, I prefer to be able to see all the side reminder tabs for that week in just one viewing. I don't want to have to flip through all the pages for the week just to discover what side tabs are on there. I want to be able to see all side tabs even when the pages for the week are closed. And there is me cutting a fresh new side reminder tab for a payment that I have to make, and I am placing it on the correct slot, so to speak, on the page so that when I close the pages for the week, it will be visible. Earlier, it was on the top and it was being obscured by the geolocation side reminder tab. So now everything is aligned and I can see everything that I have to deal with for that week. So really that's it. That's how I do the side tabs. That's why I use them. That's how I do them. And that's how I place them evenly spread out or properly spread out on the spreads. And now let us talk about the tip-ins that I have mentioned earlier in this video. When I am doing the planning for the month, I fold the tip-ins out so that every task list for the week is exposed, and that's me folding out the tip-ins for the month of June so that it's still going to be pretty much empty. And the reason I do the tip-ins for the week is so that I can see all that I have to deal with for the week without being distracted by all the details on the daily pages. As you can see, it is very easy for me to see what things that I have lined up for any given week, and it's easy to see them week by week. And as mentioned also before, these tip-ins also segregate my view of the side tabs for each week. Like for that particular week, I have nothing but gym dates. But for this week, I have the electricity bill due on the 18th, and then I have 3 gym dates, and then I have 2 days in which I have to actually go on errands on different places. And then I have 3 gym dates for that day and 1 self-care appointment. And as you can see, I flipped to the page where there is a black bar to see that that is a day for self-care, and it's listed on the sheet there that it's for a laser treatment. And then I have the 3 gym dates again, and that is basically it. That is how my task list tip-in work together with the side tabs. And here's another look at me again flipping through the tipped out weekly task sheets, showing you how clearly and how conveniently and how easily I can see an overview of the week that is coming without being distracted by all the many details that are on the daily pages, and without having to flip through so many pages for the week. I just have to flip one tip in for each week. And of course, when I have already archived my pages, and if in case I do have to go back to the old pages, which I often do, it would be easy for me to flip to the day in which I did a particular something if the side tabs are on there. Like for instance, if I am looking for the dates in which I made payments, I just look for the tabs with a calculator on it, and it will bring me to that particular day. And if I'm looking for the days in which I made a bus trip to out of town, I can easily flip over to that particular page and look at the details of the day per page, because I don't just plan on my daily pages, I also track things on my daily pages. And you have seen the video of this before. So this is really how everything works together. And I have mentioned earlier that those side tabs in the archives are marked with colored dots. Some of the side reminder tabs are marked by a green dot, some are marked by a red dot, and some are marked with a light blue dot. And that is actually a marking that I make for myself that uses the color code for my planner pages. When I have done a particular task, I cross it out with green ink to signify that I have done it. And if I cross it out with red ink, it means that it has been moved to another day. And if I cross it out with light blue ink, it means that task has been canceled or stopped, or there was no need for it anymore, or I just changed my mind and decided not to do it anymore. So when a particular task has been completed, I mark the side tab for it with a green dot using the exact same ink that I used to cross out the task list on the daily pages, like that one. Those are green dots because I've succeeded in doing them as scheduled. The other ones have red dots for when they have been moved to a different day, and the ones with the light blue dots are the tasks that I have canceled. I hardly ever use the light blue dot on the side reminder tabs because those are usually minor tasks that I wasn't even very sure that I wanted to do to begin with. And there you can see a lot of the tabs already have markings on them. And that's the explanation why I have those dots on the side reminder tabs. The side tabs really function very well for me when I am both planning and when I am looking back to my old pages for reference. Because when I am using it for planning, it makes me aware that there is something out of the ordinary that is scheduled that I have to deal with on that particular day. But when the pages are already archived and I have to go back to them to reference something, it will be easy for me to go to the page in which something happened as marked by the side reminder tabs, so that it will be quicker for me to find what I'm looking for. So that is my little video for today. I I didn't know that it will go on and on for half an hour. I try to explain things as best as I can, although I'm not very articulate. But I hope that this video was able to give you some ideas on how to tweak your planner system in order to make it appropriate to what you need it to do for you. And let me know in the comments what you use that is similar to this. I would like to know. And if you have videos that are similar or that talk about things that are similar to this particular planner feature, then please share your videos with me in the comments so I can look at them and so I can also place a comment on your video. And well, that's it. That's my video for today, and I'll be back with another video soon. Okay, this is it for now. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!